Finally, amidst all the cool vibe that USA and China have been sharing over the last several days of balloons flying over USA airspace, which USA claimed that were kind of surveillance balloons, and Chinese side claimed that these were the weather balloons who were trying to assess and collect data on weather patterns. But USA side was not agreeing with the Chinese claim and said that these snooping attempts over the USA was clearly an attempt to violate the sovereignty of USA. Now, Secretary Blinken and Wang Yi had met on the sidelines of Munich Security Conference in Germany, and both the sides expressed their perspective on the same situation of the past several days, while Secretary Blinken had clearly raised the issue of Chinese balloons and said that such incidences should not occur in future. He also said that more assistance that is being anticipated, that now Chinese side may extend some sort of help to Russia in the war against Ukraine. So Secretary Blinken warned him that any such attempt to extend help to Russia will invite sanctions against China. And while Wang Yi in his press statement has said that USA and the West needs to be calm so that a solution of this almost year-long war could be arrived upon, because it doesn't look like anything that there are being more diplomatic efforts are being done in order to cease the hostilities between the two sides. Also, the Blinken has said that Wang did not apologize for the balloon's flight. So clearly, an instance that China has been maintaining that these balloons were not snooping equipments and they were not in violation of any sovereignty, because Chinese side has maintained that they just flew off their course because of some westerlies or some wind wave, and it was not being maneuvered or being remote controlled by some agency or some stations far remote in China. And so clearly it was something that was a natural course of action, and USA's over exaggerated hype was more to do about the domestic politics, and USA's actions were also in a way exaggerated action, and they did not need to be so over the board on this whole balloon saga. But from here on was the one line which can be said about this whole USA Chinese diplomatic tussle, that we can say as a saving grace, that Secretary Blinken during his remark has maintained that there should be a line of communication open between the two nations. We know how important China and USA are at this stage, both in terms of geopolitics, geostrategy, and geoeconomics as well. They are the two most powerful economies in the world. Their interest in military strategy, defense over arches various geographies around the globe, including Africa, Indo-Pacific, South China Sea. Issues of Taiwan is something that has become a flashpoint between the two nations. So there are so many issues where there has been differences between the two sides, and USA has also maintained in the past that they have been trying to ensure that these differences do not become disputes, and hence the line of communication between the two sides should always be open.